What's up guys, it's time to do my legend tier list for season 11. We're going to talk about who's good, who's bad, what's to be expected for some legends in the future, and how you can decide on your main for season 11. Now to be clear, when I'm making this list, I'm keeping in mind all three categories of Apex: public matches, ranked leagues, and competitive. I'm not really considering arenas for this tier list, however. If you're new here, my channel centers around helping you guys improve at Apex. We're going to start at D tier, go all the way up to S tier, D tier being the worst and S tier being the best. So without anything further, let's get into it. Now some might be wondering why I'm not doing an F tier, and really that's because currently all of the legends offer at least something. So I don't really think any legend belongs in an F tier. So starting off D tier, we have Crypto. Crypto is and has been fairly weak for the last few seasons. Some of the catalysts have been buffs to Bloodhound in Season 6 and the addition of Seer in Season 10. Crypto's abilities don't really make a whole lot of sense for Apex if you compare him to the rest of the other Legends kits. He isn't terrible because he does have his moments where the EMP can be a game changer, but all in all he's pretty bad and he needs some love. Now luckily it's been confirmed by a dev on Reddit that they're working on a significant rework to Crypto, but it's unclear when that will be shipped. Second in D tier, we have Mirage. Don't get me wrong, Mirage is fun for the occasional pub stomp session, but anything more than that, he lacks a lot of utility for the team and for the current meta that has been developed. Now frankly, there are just a lot of other abilities that are better right now. And back a while, the devs had acknowledged that Mirage would never be an ALGS type legend, and they were fine with that. Still, it would be nice to see a little buff from a man Mirage. Moving on to C tier, we're starting off with Rampart. Now I know she did just get buffed at the end of Season 10, and right now she's like okay, but my main issue with her is it's similar to Crypto's. Her abilities are just weird for Apex Legends. I always felt like she was kind of doomed when she came out, even though she does have her moments now. The turret and the walls are viable, but it just caters to a specific type of playstyle, and I think those opportunities are just extremely limited. Along with Rampart in C tier, we have Seer. Talk about first to worst type of legend. Now, I'm not seriously saying he's the worst legend, but if you were around at the beginning of Season 10, you would have experienced how insanely OP Seer was at launch. And then they nerfed him. And frankly, now he just feels lackluster. His abilities are decent, but if you're going to run a recon legend, I have a better pick for you. Stay tuned. If you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. No, seriously, smash it. I'm trying to hit 1K likes on this video and I want to see if we can pull it off. Moving on to B tier, first we have Fuse. Good old Fusey was close to being in C tier, but with the addition of his buffs he received in Season 10, I had to put him in B tier. His passive is one of the best in the game, and his tactical and ultimate can be pretty ridiculous in certain situations. I also think he has the best voice lines in the game.
Didn't you hear, mate? These games take years off your life. Don't be such a bloody sook.
Also in B tier, we have Lifeline. Lifeline is still pretty good where she's at, but her ultimate just doesn't make sense for how the game has evolved over time. If you compare it to Loba's ultimate, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense with Lifeline's lengthy cooldown on her drop. I would like to see a rework of her ultimate and maybe, just maybe, have the old OG Lifeline res back. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about that one. Also in B tier, we have Bangalore, hoping that they add the addition to her smoke where she can't be seen as well from the wallhack legends. They previously mentioned that they would work on this, but we haven't seen anything concrete yet. Bangalore is a middle of the road legend, not super OP and not super weak, but definitely a solid choice for any new players. Another one in B tier is going to be Watson, and I know she just got buffed and she really truly is much better, but Watson will always be situational. I think all the changes to her were healthy, and in certain situations she can definitely be A tier, but overall I'm keeping her in B tier for now. Finishing up B tier, we have Loba and Revenant. Now both are good legends and they have their moments for sure. There's really no complaints I have about these two. They are solid picks for ranked and pubs. I just have some other legends who are more valuable for A and S tier. Let's talk about A tier legends, some of the best in the game. First we got my boy, my favorite legend this season, Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a true skill gap legend, and I've made plenty of recent guides on him, so if you're looking to master that grapple of his, check out my most recent vid on Path. I'll link it in the info cards above. I love Pathfinder's grapple. It has to be the best mechanic in any video game, but I would put him in S tier if his hitbox wasn't so big. His zipline's decent, but ultimately it all comes down to his grapple. It makes him one of the funnest legends to learn. Next, we got my other favorite legend, Caustic. If you guys know me, you know I've played a lot of Caustic in my time, and he is just really good currently. A solid pick for ranked, competitive, and pubs. Get him to endgame, and it's just GG's. It's always solid having a Caustic on your team in ranked. If you guys are new to Caustic, I also have plenty of videos on Caustic. but he's definitely a fun legend. He's a bit slower at times, but if you learn how to master his gas, he can be one of the funnest legends in the game. We also have Octane in A tier this season. They finally added jump pad audio to Octane and anyone who takes his jump pad, so this is a great quality of life change that was long overdue. Octane is and has been top tier since Season 8 when he got reworked, and I see no reason to remove him from the top rankings. You still see Octanes in competitive and high level ranked, and also he's all over public matches. But I do think other mobility legends are better picks, so stay tuned. Following up on the last A tier legend, we have good old Horizon. With her buffs in Season 10, she is extremely viable in ranked and in pubs. I think she's a really fun legend to have. Her tactical coupled with her passive make for a great time on the new map Stormpoint. If you guys haven't unlocked Horizon yet, you need to try her out because she's really fun. Now to the long awaited arrival of S tier legends, the best of the best for Season 11. Let's go. First, Bloodhound. Still one of the strongest legends in Apex and has been since Season 6 when they got buffed. The scan just gives so much information in any given situation. You will still see Bloodhound in pubs, ranked, and competitive for the foreseeable future. They are not going anywhere. Second, Ashe, the brand new legend for Season 11, has started out great. Not too OP besides her passive, and otherwise just really balanced. I think the two things that need tweaking is a range on her passive and more audio for her ultimate. Otherwise, good job Respawn on not releasing another Seer. If you guys haven't tried out Ashe yet, she's very fun. Third, Gibraltar. Now Gibby isn't a top tier legend for soloing pubs, but if you're grinding ranked or you've ever watched a competitive tournament, Gibby is almost mandatory, and that's because of his bubble and his airstrike. The bubble creates space and cover for teams and helps significantly with rotations and endgame. The airstrike is also great for endgame and crowd control. You'll see a Gibby on just about every team in competitive Apex. Fourth, we have Wraith. Wraith is a top tier legend and basically always has been. She has a great hitbox, her movement feels clean, and her tactical and ultimate are very solid abilities for Apex. Wraith performs well in pubs, ranked, and competitive. She is one of the best movement legends too. And lastly, to finish up our Season 11 tier list, we have Valkyrie. Now since her release in Season 9, Valkyrie came out strong and balanced, and she hasn't looked back. Her jetpack passive is incredible for movement, and her ultimate helps with large rotations throughout the map. Recently, there's been an influx of Valkyries in competitive Apex, and she really holds her ground when it comes to pubs and ranked as well. Now, that's my tier list for Season 11. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Where do you disagree with me? What legends do you think deserve to be in a different tier? I want to hear from you because making this list was tough. I got to be honest. It felt like all the legends were in decent spots. Yes, some are better than others, but ultimately it's tough to put them in some spots at times. So let me know down below. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so you don't miss out on my next upload. I'll catch you on my next one. Peace.